All right, we are live. Welcome to the House of Horrors. I'm Steven, the Horror Freak 85, with here as always Miss Boomstick and tonight's guest, Art the Clown himself, David Howard Thornton. How you doing today?
I'm good. Warm now.
Yes. Yeah, we heard your little incident there with the heater.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. Ooh.
If you
Chicken's
don't,
done.
yeah, if you don't mind, I guess Miss Boomstick, you wanted to shout out a birthday real quick.
That is right. Garrett, where'd you go? Where'd he go? Oh,
You
you
scared
don't
him
have
off
to come on
earlier.
camera. Just come here where you can hear. That's who I was yelling at.
That's who didn't put down the seat.
But yeah, yesterday was my son's 17th birthday, so I figured we could go and give him a shout out.
Sweet. Is
But
he here?
happy birthday, Garrett.
Yeah. Happy
of
birthday,
us.
Garrett.
See, Art the Clown says happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dude.
I don't know if it's the
Put
clown
the
you want
seat
to-
down. Kidding.
He heard me telling you not to go upstairs, so he's joking that I was getting after you for not putting the seat down.
I'm just joking because that's what my mom would always do. My mom actually got this device that she was able to stick to the toilet seat. So if it was up for more than 5 minutes, it would start beeping. Because she was just tired of falling in the toilet all the time. Now it's just like, that was like for years I was having to deal with this beep, beep, beep. David! I'm like, ah! So it's like ingrained in me now. Put the toilet seat down.
I didn't know
It's a
they
training
made
tool.
devices.
Yeah, I guess they did. It was back in the 90s, so who knows? They had stuff for everything then.
Yes.
We got Miss Call Me V is in here. She says hello to all of us, the beautiful people.
The beautiful people.
Beautiful people. Now we have in my head. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. The beautiful people, the beautiful people.
I asked him if he wanted to say anything, and he's just like, no, he don't really like camera stuff. I was like, okay, you can go now.
Okay. Can I go back to my video games? Yes.
Pretty much.
Yep.
He's a hermit. Oh,
Yep. I can be the same way. Especially during the winter. I'm like, it's too cold. I'm staying inside. So, hey, you want to go out and hang out and do stuff? I'm like, no. It's too cold.
we just got back from the grocery store, so I had to make him help bring stuff in because he didn't go with us. I was like, I gotta get ready. I'm running late. We gotta get
Oh, good times, good times.
Yeah, great oldies.
Let's see what call me V. Oh, she said to be 17 again. Man. Whoa,
Man, I wish I was 17 again.
I know.
Oh my God.
Old having a 17
I'm getting like a double chin here. Where the hell is this coming from? Where's this?
It's like,
oh.
I could
This is
finally.
why you don't age, kids. Everything starts to sag. I'm like that character from Ernest. The whole like,
That's a pretty good impression of Ernest.
Thanks. It's just the angle I'm at because I'm going like this, and it's like, oh, hello.
It's like we're doing the stereo there. Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna get some plastic surgery done now. Just get a nice facelift, so it's kind of like I look like I'm in a constant state of like surprise.
Gotta get trying to look more like Art a little bit, right? Just
Yeah.
explain it a bit.
Hi!
How are
I'm
you?
so upset right now. I just don't have tear ducts anymore. I'll try to squeeze one out. Not working. I'm sorry. I'm being random.
Oh, it's fine. We're random here.
Very
God.
random here.
I'm like having a Robin Williams moment all of a sudden.
Impression of a hot dog.
It's like I know voices.
Are you children well behaved? Do they need a few like slams every now and then?
Oh, I don't work with males because I used to be one. Just,
Well, since you brought up the voice, and we're doing the voice.
Don't make me get the hose.
Listen, since we brought up the voice acting, how did you get into the voice acting?
Oh God, that's just a lifelong thing I've loved. As like when I was like a kid, I discovered I could do voices. When a girl in my first grade class gave me a note during story time when my sister, not my sister, that would be weird. No, my teacher. I am from Alabama,
I
but
was gonna say, are you from Alabama?
shit. No. It was a girl I had a crush on in my class, and she gave me a note during story time, and my teacher was reading us a Mickey Mouse book, and she's like, "Hey, you want to be my boyfriend?" And I was like, "Oh, gosh, yeah." And then that's when I discovered my first voice. And then, like about a year later, when I saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit, that's when I learned that Mel Blanc did all the voices of the Looney Tune characters. I'm like, wow, that's someone's job. And then it really wasn't until Miss Doubtfire when I saw that that was his career in the movie, was he was a voiceover artist. I'm like, that's awesome. I would love to go in and just do voices for cartoons. So I was like, yeah, who knows one day. And so that was kind of always in the back burner in my mind until I finally moved here to New York, and I decided, hey, might as well pursue this. Why not? Do something with the 200 people living up in my head. So yeah.
Give them all
Make
jobs.
them pay rent. Yeah, they got to pay rent. So there you go.
If they're there, they're gonna have to help pay. You can't, you can't have them living there for free.
Exactly. Can't live rent free in my head.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah. Earning their keep.
Kind of like Harlequin, the voices. What?
Yeah.
I guess since I mentioned Harlequin and stuff, you were in Nightwing Escalations, a YouTube movie, as none other, of course, the Joker. I saw the first couple. I tried to watch the third one, and it kept buffering. It was like fucking dial-up connection, like old AOL. It just kept buffering, so I couldn't see the third one. But the first two,
so annoying.
I must say your performance as your version of Joker, I quite enjoyed. It was
thank you. I have fun with him. He's a character I've loved my whole entire life, and just like that's my dream roles to really play him in a big way. Like especially a TV series, I think would be more fun than a movie, because that way a TV series you have more than just a 2-hour movie. You have like a season or so of episodes to really flesh him out and experiment with him, have fun with him. So, and he's one of those characters you want to just play around with. You don't want to just do 2 hours with. You want to keep going and going and going with them. It's like Mark Hamill had the best job in the world.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that was actually kind of one of my questions. Like, where'd you pull your inspiration for it? I had a guess that might have been Mark Hamill. It seemed a lot
just
like
a
Mark
little
Hamill.
bit. There's a little bit of Mark Hamill in my version.
Yeah.
I don't do a full-on Mark Hamill because I want to add my own thing to it, but it's definitely heavily influenced. I put a lot of Romero and Hamill in my version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely noticed the Hamill, but it wasn't like exact. But I definitely noticed that. But yeah, that was my guess is where you pulled your inspiration.
Yeah, learn from the best and make it your own. I say.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, call me the. Oh, she was just saying drop a link.
I think
for
the link to
the
the
Batman.
TV, show.
Oh yeah.
It's just
on YouTube. Yeah, I'm like on the 3rd season of it, and like I think episode 2, 3, and 4 or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, well, I think I have wrote down. Well, it lists on IMDb 1, 3, 6. Then it also lists 11, 12, and 13, but those are not on there whatsoever.
Yeah, we never finished it.
Oh,
I filmed that stuff way back in like 2016, 2015, and
yeah, it was something like
that's
that.
the last time I did any of that. And it's a fan made thing, so like people started moving away and doing their own thing, so it's just like it just kind of fell by the wayside. Everybody else was just doing other stuff, and it's hard to get people all together to go do something like that when people are living in different states, and especially when you're not getting paid for it and stuff, like, because we all did it for free just for the love of the fandom.
Yeah.
So would you say you're more of a DC fan or Marvel?
Oh gosh, I'm about equal with them. It's just like now when it comes to the movies that have been coming out, definitely a Marvel fan.
Yeah, movie wise, yeah.
Yeah, but like character wise, I'm like I'm both, but I'm more of a big. I would say I'm equally like a Spider-Man fan and a Batman fan. I think both of those series have the best rogues galleries and stuff like that too, and some of the more interesting like heroes. But when I really think about it, though, I would say character wise, I think Marvel has the better characters. Complexity wise,
Mm-hmm.
it's like there's a lot of interesting things going on. They're not perfect people like Clark Kent.
Right.
It's just like, yeah, they all have issues. They're all struggling to get by. I think that's why I always liked Spider-Man so much, is because he was a nerd. He was a science guy. He was even though he was a superhero, he was struggling to get by. He was trying to balance his superhero job with his regular job and also his personal life with MJ and all that kind of stuff. And it was just, you could identify with the poor guy. He wasn't rich. He was struggling all the time.
Right. Did you have any other questions, Boone, before I go to my next one on that?
Mine involve other stuff, so if you want to go ahead, I don't know if yours is related to the show or not.
No, it's not related. We got Doomsday Crypt. He says, best clown ever.
Thank you. I try. There's a lot of good ones out there. A lot of good ones. So that's awesome. Thank you.
Definitely in the top list. Can't go wrong with art. Great.
Right. Oh, no, you can't. He's just fun.
Yeah.
He's such a fun character to play. He's just a mischievous little rascal.
Mischievous.
This is what I get for, like, I was watching a video earlier where they had this Scottish guy. They're trying to get him to say purple burglar alarm. And it's the funniest thing because he's drunk. He's like, purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar alarm.
Came out purple booger, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. He even starts to correct him. So at one point he goes, Perkle. He's like, Perkle. He slaps himself in the face. He's like, come on, man. I got to do it right. Purple burglar. No, I can't talk.
Doomsday says he'll take art over Pennywise, hands down.
Oh yeah, Pennywise. He's not even a real clown. He pretends to be a clown.
He's a giant spider. Like, spoiler alert.
Yeah, and then you just make fun of him, and that defeats him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, poor baby's a snowflake. He needs to go to his safe space. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby, Pennywise.
Poor Pennywise. We got Brendan79 says, hey, David, it's me, Brendan.
Hey, Brendan, how you doing, man? So, he's one of our buddies.
Alrighty then. Well, welcome, Brendan. Let's go back a little bit. Growing up, besides obviously Looney Tunes and doing voices, what other movies or actors inspired you? Were you into horror at all, or did that come later?
Yeah, I was late to horror because my mom was a big chicken when it came to horror movies. She hated them. Yeah. So I didn't see horror movies until like my senior year in high school when Scream 2 came out because I was doing it was like when it was, God, I was doing Christmas Carol at the time, and there was a girl in the cast I had a crush on, and the whole cast went out to go see it, and she was going to go see it, and I'm like, and she's like, are you going to come? I'm like, yeah. I couldn't chicken out, that's bad luck. So yeah, I love the movie. Didn't get the girl, but I love the movie. So like,
at least it got you introduced to horror, at least.
Yeah.
So not complete loss.
yeah. So, but yeah, other than that, yeah, I was a big, huge, like, I was like such a geek growing up. I was just, big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle geek. That was one of my big things. I was a member of the fan club. So I used to get the mailings, like, these toys are coming out. So I was like the kid everybody went to in my elementary school. It's like, what toys are coming out? I already know. There's a little thing called Storage Cell Donatello that's coming out. And he's got this shell that opens up, and he can put weapons in it. And it's really cool. And I can't wait to get it.
I had that pizza shooter. You launched the little round pizza.
Oh, that was one of the best. I got that with birthday money I got for my fourth grade birthday. When I turned 10. I bought the pizza thrower. I think that's what it was called. That thing was awesome. It shot those things out really.
They went pretty far too for a little time.
They were like, pew, pew. I love that thing.
You could set up the action figures that would actually shoot them down and everything.
Oh,
it was so powerful.
Totally just knock them down. I attacked my sister with it too. She's older than me and she'd be tormenting me, and I just thought, pew, David. What? It wasn't me. It was the pizza thrower.
Some pizza.
I was just playing with my toy. It went off.
It was Raphael.
As that, like 50 of them come out.
Yeah. And then you lose them all. You're like, where'd they go? Like months later, you'll just find like old pizza underneath the couch or something like that when you're trying to move or something. It's just like, oh man, that's where that went.
Better than real pizza then. Don't want to find
that. Yeah. See a little pizza rat dragging it out from underneath the couch. Like, oh god,
you're not Master Splitter. Go away.
Show me the art, man. It's like, I'm just a rat, man. I just want a pizza, man.
You ever see that video of somebody, I assume it was New York, they took a video of a rat like dragging a slice of pizza down some stairs.
Good old pizza rat. Poor guy. He was just hungry. It's like I've got so desensitized to rats now living in New York City. You just see them all the time on the subway. So it's just like, yeah, it's a rat. Yeah, it's just another rat. Okay, hey, buddy. They're huge. They're huge. They're like, it's just a rat.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Doomsday says, honestly, some legendary kills in Terrifier. They sawed in half and the saw. It's kind of worded weird. The saw in half.
Alarm.
Kill on Michael Levy. I'm probably not saying that right.
Levy.
Also saw one upload with David and the legend Sid Haig, and Sid teasing that his makeup was easier than David's.
Yeah. That was an epic day. It was at a Mad Monster party in North Carolina back in 2019. And yeah, that was my first time meeting Sid too. So that was really cool. So it's like being in the room with him, getting my makeup done and all that. I was like, this is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And it's like, and during the middle of it, we had other celebrities walking through. Like at one point, like Sergeant Slaughter just walks through and looks at us like, "Whoops." It's like
having a clown meeting. That's all.
Yeah, I was like, I confused Sergeant Slaughter. That made my day. I was like, that's awesome. That was so cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, what I think was really cool though is like, Sid was going out to do his photo op. He walks out of the room, just turns to me and goes, "See you under the big top, kid." So I was just like, that was kind of cool. And it's like, kind of felt like a passing of the torch in a lot of ways. So I was like, he was a cool dude. That was a really cool experience. I got to see him at a few other conventions after that, because, passed away, unfortunately, later on that year. But like the one I remember best after that one was, we're at Days of the Dead in Indianapolis, and he celebrated his birthday there. And they brought out a cake and everything for him. So he's giving everybody pieces of cake and from this table. And they had these guys make their own horror pinball machine. So they had a pinball machine next to his table. And he had been playing, and I'm over there playing, and I beat his high score. And also Bill Moseley's high score too. So they're like, oh no. And Sid just looks over at me and was like, "Bullshit, you son of a bitch."
I can imagine.
I don't believe it.
Was you at least both in clown makeup while you were playing pinball?
Oh, no, unfortunately not. No, that would have been cool though. But,
art versus clown.
Yeah. But what really impressed me about Sid was like, at that time, this is like a few months before he passed away, and so he was sick. And here he is in that condition, and he's still at the conventions. And he every single day, he was the first one on the floor and the last one to leave the floor. I tried to beat him to the floor every single morning, and he was there before me. And I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, you're not gonna beat me, kid. It's like, but knowing that, what he was going through, and he was still showing up like that every single day. That was it spoke a lot about his character and his love for the fans and everything like that. That also that left a good impression on me. So I'm one of those. Yeah,
I think Gunner was still going when he was sick too, because I met him shortly before he passed, and it was at a con, and he sat there and talked to us for like 45 minutes, something like that. And he wanted me to go to one, and it was either North or South Carolina. I don't remember. It was one of the Carolinas. I was like, that's too far. I can't go there. Ended up finding out it was one he did like a full dress up of costume or whatever, and they did photo shoots and whatnot. And shortly after that con is when he passed away. And I was like, man. But yeah, that one hit me hard. And when I heard about that one, it hit me hard because I just met him not too long before that. And
unfortunately, I never got to meet him, but I've always heard the greatest things about him.
He's extremely nice.
Yeah, that's what everybody said. That's what I think is so funny. It's like you meet all these guys that play these monsters on screen, and a lot of them are huge mountain-sized men. They're huge. And they're just the biggest teddy bears. They're so sweet, and they love the fans and all that. It's so cool to see that, and it's you don't expect that. It's like you kill people for a living. You're such a sweetheart.
It seems like most of the people who are evil or whatever are like the coolest people in person.
Yeah.
They're like nothing at all like the character.
It's usually the guys that play the heroes are the assholes in real life. It's just like,
wait a minute.
Why is that?
I guess because the nice people get to let out their frustrations in character.
I guess.
I don't know.
It's a therapeutic situation, I guess. I don't know.
It is therapeutic.
We've had moments on set where, like, David, just pretend this is such and such and so, and I'm like, ah! It's like, whoa, okay, yep, that's a good take. That did it. Here comes Mr. Angry Eyes.
The crazy eye.
Yep.
Hobbs wants to know if Art the Clown could play an instrument, what would it be?
The skin flute. That's horrible. I'm sorry. There are kids watching, I'm sure.
It doesn't matter.
I highly doubt it. They've been done traumatized by now if they are.
They've been watching our show in the past. Yeah, don't worry. This is an R-rated show.
But I did like when I think of it. It's the skin because he skins people a lot.
You're being scolded by HorrorFreak's mom.
Yeah. But in all actuality, I actually play piano, and so I would love to actually play piano on these movies or something like that. Just like playing the entertainer or something like that. Someone comes in and he somehow weaponizes the piano in a fun way. I think that would be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Play your own death music while they're watching.
Yeah. Dum dum da dum dum da dum da dum da dum. And it goes into some ragtime version of. I don't know.
Doomsday wants to know, with you being so laid back, how much fun is it going into the transformation, not only look, but persona? Has to be so much fun playing a killer, especially how brutal Art is.
Oh, yeah. God, it's so much fun. It's so much. He's just, just a little twerp, and I love it. Because he's having fun while he's doing all this stuff. It's not a job for him. It's pure merriment and enjoyment for him. It's just like I look at him. He's the anti-clown, where clowns are supposed to bring joy and amusement to other people. He brings pain and misery to other people for his own enjoyment. I'm like, that's so twisted, and I love it. It's just like you see him doing horrible things to people. Oh my God, there's a scene in part 2 that I can't talk about, but oh my God, it's like, dude, what is wrong with you, man? It's like, and you're just sitting there like, oh la la la, I'm having fun.
Well, I mean, if it's any worse than sawing a woman in half right down the middle, I mean,
just you wait, man. You're gonna be like, dude, you gotta stop, man. This is here's the line. You're over in Canada. Sorry.
Doomsday also says CJ Graham, even at 60, a monster, but such a cool and hilarious person.
Yeah.
He makes me feel itty bitty when I'm around
Oh,
him.
really?
I'm like, God, you're huge. But he is like the coolest dude. I love CJ. He is just the coolest, most laid back guy. He's just a big sweetheart. His wife Ruby's awesome too. I just adore them.
Yes, him and Kane Hodder. They're both.
Oh yeah, Kane's hilarious.
Yes.
He's got such a great sarcastic sense of humor. He just cracks me up.
Mhm.
I love him. Love him.
Yeah, I met Kane at that same con I met Gunner at, and yeah, we found out like some promotional person or whatever was walking around saying that Kane wasn't going to do autographs like that day because they had a big photo shoot with him doing like this Jason 7 makeup and stuff. This was in Chicago. I think it was a Mad Mobster, something like that. And
Probably Days of the Dead.
I haven't been to one of those, but I think it was a Mad Monster, I believe. I know I haven't been to a Days of the Dead, but I can't remember exactly what it was called. But so he's doing that, and this is before. I know the name slips my mind. The guy that actually does like the directing and the makeup of Seven, he passed away a few years ago. His name slips my brain, but it was before he passed away, so he was there as well. So he was helping with the makeup and everything, and so we got his pictures done, and somebody was walking around saying that he wasn't going to do autographs, he'd do it the next day. And we went to a panel, and Kane was sitting like up front, and we so I was there with my husband. We weren't married at the time, but we went up to him, and it's like, we was told that you're not doing autographs the next day, and we was heading back home, so we weren't going to be there. It's like, could you please sign this? He's like, and so he tried to find a pin. Nobody had a pin because I didn't think about you need a pin. So then he went up, and when he did the panel, he's like, he announced that he was going to do autographs. Because he found out that, so he made the time to do autographs, and even though he didn't know somebody was going around saying that they're not doing it. So I thought that was kind of cool that he made the announcement that when he found out that somebody was going around saying that he wasn't doing autographs.
So now they're saying it. No, I can't talk. Now, did he sign it Jason or Kane? I mean, since he was Jason, I mean, did you get a literal Jason autograph?
No, I think he signed. I want to say he signed it Kane, but I had a machete. I believe he wrote Jason on. Yeah, I do believe it's been so many years ago, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. And he choked me, and Gunner choked me as well.
That's good. Kane's his chokes are woof.
Yeah, he'll be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna pretend. I'm just gonna pretend," and then he'll literally for like 2 seconds, he'll literally choke you. Yeah, he ain't playing.
Yeah, he does not joke around with those chokes. It's just like one time I was doing a convention, and I was just chatting with someone, and he snuck up behind me and just put me in a headlock, and I'm just like, "Hey, Kane!" He's like, "How'd you know it was me?" I'm like, who else, man?
No one else.
But more it came out, who else, man? I was like, God. It's like, damn, man, you're strong.
Doomsday said the fact that Art's not a massive character, he's still a scary mofo. I'm a big dude and I'd run. And also he says he's, which I was going to bring up in a little bit, but I'll mention it now since he did. He said he's excited for Stream also. So.
Oh yeah, Stream that's the other horror film I've been working on for everybody else that doesn't know. It's with a lot of the Terrifier 2 team. Mike Levy, who was the exterminator that I decapitated in part 1, he's directing it, and his brother Jason, who's the bald-headed cop, is in it. And we got a lot of horror legends in this movie, like Daniel Harris, Tony Todd, Dee Wallace, Jeffrey Combs, Felissa Rose, Dave Sheridan, Terry Alexander, Tim Reed, Daniel Roebuck. It's like a who's like horror guys in this thing. It's just like, and we're hoping it's going to become like a franchise too. So it's cool. It's a really cool film. Damien's doing all the practical effects for it too, so the kills are pretty gnarly. So I play a pretty messed up character. He's kind of like Art in a lot of ways too. He's another silent type character that's very physical and stuff like that. But I've done things to differentiate him from Art and stuff like that. So, but it's fun. It's going to be a fun one. We're still finishing that up because they just did a Indiegogo campaign for it recently, just so we can put an extra kill into the movie and stuff like that, because we keep on adding more and more people to it. I think Damon Maffei recently just joined the cast, which is cool. So I think, hey, awesome. Let's keep bringing more people in. It's like Expendables.
I was going to say, like the Expendables of horror.
Yeah. So
instead of Death House being the Expendables, this is the new one. This is part 2 of the Expendable horror. There we go.
Yeah, it's basically whenever we do the premiere, it could be its own horror convention, because it's like you just have all the celebrities there just signing autographs and all that. It would be crazy. But being on that set was something else, I tell you that. It's just like, oh my God, getting to see people I grew up watching actually work, being able to watch them work in the room and stuff like that. I'm like, even if I wasn't in a scene with them, I was like, can I come and just watch? I just want to watch, because that's how I learn. So especially watching like Jeffrey Combs' work was awesome. He's so good. He's such a good character actor. He's good at just playing crazy. Mm-hmm. But like that very intellectual crazy, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
Doomsday says stream is still in demand on Indiegogo.
Yes, that's good. I thought the last time I looked, we're at like at 120,000 that we've raised so far, which is fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, they're catching up to Terrifier.
Nice. I keep an eye out for that one. I haven't heard about that one yet, so that sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah. We did an Indiegogo campaign for Terrifier, and like we raised like over $200,000, and our goal was just 50,000. It was just like we made our goal in less than 3 hours. It was unbelievable.
Nice. Was that for the first or the second one?
The part 2, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They tried to do one for the first one, but they raised just a few $1,000s for the first one. So that showed like such a increase in the demand and the popularity of the movie from like before the first one came out, from just All Hallows Eve to after Terrifier came out, and just like how much the fan base grew and people wanted to see it. And I think if we had just let it keep on going, like what they've done with Stream after the actual campaign ended, they just let it keep going, so they could just, hey, let's just see how long we can do this and how much we can raise. I'm sure we could have raised a lot more, because we had a lot of people still saying they wanted to donate after we stopped the Terrifier one. So who knows? That's really cool to know. Like most of our film is funded by the fans. That's pretty cool. So like that's why we're taking our time getting this thing out to everybody. Is like we want to make sure it's right. We want it to be, live up to everybody's expectations. So we don't want to put out a half-assed movie. We're just like, no, we want this to be the movie everybody deserves. So thank you for your patience.
Brendan says, I'm a producer on Stream and an extra for Stream because of the Indiegogo. Make sure you donate to Stream.
Yeah.
So you just go on to, I'm not sure how Indiegogo works. I've never used it. So do you just like look up Indiegogo and type in Stream and it will pop up, or?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, they have like a official, like, Instagram page and all that kind of stuff. I think Stream the Movie or something like that. What is it? They're going to kill me if I don't say it right.
I figured if there's somebody else that's don't know how this works, where they can find it, we can.
Oh my God! Let me look it up real quick, and I'll tell you. I keep talking while I'm doing this, so I'm just entertaining everybody. So they're like, "Oh, look at him! He's so lame."
It's better than it.
Here. Okay, it's called you go on Indiegogo campaign. English hard. Derp. Okay. It's on Instagram under Stream Franchise. So yeah, STREAMRF. There's my dyslexia for you. FRANCI. Fuck.
Just spell
You gotta spell franchise. What am I doing? Oh my god!
Yeah, Brenda
See,
has it typed in the
This is
chat.
why
so
art
there-
does not talk. So you actually finally got to see my dyslexia in effect right there. This is us.
There's nothing wrong with
This is I've had voiceover auditions before where I didn't get to read the copy until I was about to go into the room, and they're like, here's 3 huge paragraphs you have to read in less than 30 seconds and go. And I'm like, yeah. Fuck.
Boogeyman Studios and Twisted Creations said that he's not impressed by much these days after 40 years in the biz, but you guys created a classic. Art is an instant classic.
Yeah.
It's thank you. That was we didn't expect that. It's just like
art is a masterpiece, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, we were just such a low budget independent movie. I mean, I think we made this movie on about $50,000. That's unheard of at this day and age for like a movie like that to go where it's gone on that kind of budget.
Yeah.
It's just like that just shows the capability and the talent of the team involved that made this thing. It's just like, I think especially Damien with his his makeup skills, that saved so much money because he was able to make his own prosthetics and everything like that. And it worked. It's the fans too, that this the word of mouth, everybody got it out there because like we're a little low budget independent film, so like none of the mainstream like sites were picking us up at first to publicize us. So it was all about word of mouth from like the fans and on the fan websites like Halloween Daily News and stuff like that got the word out, and then they finally released it on Netflix and then went kaboom. So it's just like it's
I believe
one of
that's
those,
where I seen it. It's Netflix.
Yeah. I hate that our contract ran out after 2 years. It was like, man, because like apparently the whole entire time we were on Netflix, we were one of their top 10 horror movies the whole entire time we were on there.
I can believe it.
Yeah, for an independent film though, that's unheard of when we're holding our own with like these mainstream Hollywood films. It's just like that's crazy. I kind of feel like we captured lightning in a bottle with this character. Just all Damien, man. It's just like he came up with a great idea. And he's tried to stay true to, the genre and what the fans actually want to see in a horror film instead of like trying to kowtow to, the studio system. Like, because I feel like the studio system's just playing it way too safe this day and age.
Yeah.
They don't take risks anymore. It's like they don't want to take risks because that's how they lose money. They don't want to try anything new, like new properties or anything like that. They keep on rebooting things, but they also just water down the stuff they reboot too, because they're more concerned about making theirs more PG-13 than rated R, so they can get more butts in a seat. And they don't realize if you do what they did back in the 80s, and just make a good horror film, a good slasher, you'll get the butts in the seat no matter what. Because it might be a rated R film, but like like how it was with our generation, our older brother or sister would take us, or would sneak in or something like that. Or, it's just like the people would show up regardless. So it's like, just make a good film. People will show up.
Right. I know there's a few comments, but I know we keep bringing it. How long did it take for All's Art's makeup and prosthetics and whatnot to get put on?
Originally that took about 4 hours, which was like, ooh. Because usually at first Damien did not pre-paint the mask, and so he would have to first glue it to my face, and you have to sit there and paint all that white stuff on there and then draw everything on top of it, and that took a while because it all had to dry and it was an annoying process. But now we've gotten it down to about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how much battle damage I have on my face and blood splatters, because that's probably one of the hardest things to do is continuity wise, is matching all the blood splatters, because we don't film everything in order. So we have to take so many reference photos from each day just to like, okay, where were all the blood splatters on his face at this point? And sometimes you have to just guess too, because we might not have filmed a kill scene. And, and oh boy, I'm sober.
I swear to drunk, I'm not God.
Take me drunk, officer. I'm home. But yeah,
Or problem.
we might not have filmed a certain kill scene yet, but then we have to do a scene that happens right after, and they're like, oh well, we're gonna guess this is how much blood I have on me at this point. So who knows? That's blood continuity is a pain in the butt. I tell you what, with these things, it's just like, can I just jump in a vat of blood and just come out and just be black and red for the rest of the movie? And that way it'll just be so much easier.
That would be kind of creepy too.
Oh my God.
Just like have like a maybe like a slaughterhouse something, and you just like pop out a big vat of blood.
Hello. This is the very beginning of the movie.
Come out with your little squeaky horn, and it just shoots blood out of it.
It's like now it's gonna get all rusty.
Boogeyman. Oh, sorry.
Well, first I was going to say, since you were talking about the horn, I saw that Bones was saying, so what would you say is your best quote? I was going to say, was it the horn or the one honk or two? Which is your favorite quote?
Yeah, I love that. That's always the thing. It's like, sometimes I get people, I do a quote from the movie. I'm like, honk honk. It's like, okay, all right, honk honk. It's like, yeah, it's kind of hard. It's like, I'm sure Kane has the same problem, Kane and CJ and James Jude Courtney and all those guys, because their characters don't talk either. So they're like, yeah, Robert's got it easy. He can just write whatever he wants to. He's like Freddie can basically say whatever. Same with Brad Dourif. They got all those great liners. So I was like, how nice for them. I have to get creative and make puns.
Boogeyman says the greedy VC. I have kind of.
See, it's hard. English is hard.
VHS
style. The creep factor and Art the Clown is the next big thing since Michael Myers. And Brendan says now Terrifier is everywhere is crazy. Truly achievement to be proud of. That's from Brendan. I don't remember if I said that.
I'm just laughing now because I'm imagining someone trying to read VHS as a word.
This
I would like to buy a vowel. It reminds me of one of my favorite jokes of all time. What do you call a fish without eyes?
I did it.
Yeah. I do know that joke somewhere, didn't you? I just heard that recently. That was in some of yours.
They did that in Ghostbusters.
Oh, that was Ghostbusters.
Yeah. But I have known her forever. So when she did that in Ghostbusters, I died. I was like, yes. I loved her character so much in that movie. It was like, oh.
Yeah, we just watched that not too long ago.
She stole the movie. She was great.
Yes.
That she's got so much talent at that age where I'm not used to seeing kid actors that can really do that kind of sarcasm that well. That dry sense of humor too. I was like, gosh, she's good. She is so good. And so well cast, who just looks wise for like Egon's granddaughter. I was like, that was just
her and the boy from Stranger Things. I've names
Finn
slipped my mind. Yeah, that's right. They resemble Egon so well too.
Yeah, I was really happy with that casting. It was like, wow, I mean, the mom didn't look anything like him. I guess she takes after whoever her mom was, but I was like,
right. It skips the generations.
It skips the generations. Yeah. But it's like the casting of the two kids, though. It's like that's great casting. It just because that's one thing that drives me crazy in movies is when they don't cast families well.
Yes,
it's just like they don't look like they're related. And I hate to say this because it's such a beloved movie by so many people. That's what rubbed me the wrong way with Hereditary, when the whole entire premise of the movie is based on. It's even in the title, Hereditary, genes being passed down and stuff like that. And here, the brother.
I think that was part of the reason why I really don't like that movie. And I think, one, I don't really like slow burns. That's a slow burn. But there was just so many things in there I questioned. I was like, like the part with the book where she throws it in, she catches on fire, then her husband. And it's like, what? And then the boy, when he cried, he literally says wah when he cries. I just wanted to smack the shit out of him. It's like, what are you doing? I by the end of that movie, I just wanted to never see that kid ever again. It was like the kid from Babadook. You just don't want to ever see them again.
Yeah. It's just like, it's that it just kind of took me out of it, because I'm like, how is he their son? He looks nothing like them.
But yeah, me and my husband had that same exact conversation about the families when we was watching Ghostbusters.
Oh, Ghostbusters over here, gosh, hunting those ghosts and stuff like that. Oh,
you got ghosts? Call us.
Not sure what kind of accent that is.
I don't know. Up there in Wisconsin, gosh, all these gosh.
Well, I'm originally Illinois. I've only lived here a little bit, so I don't know if I could count for a Wisconsin accent.
These gosh ghosts.
The ghastly grinner.
Oh no. Oh gosh, gee.
I think I lost where I was.
I don't know.
In the chat.
This is probably my most.
Go from the bottom. Do a Jersey. Oh my god.
This one is talking with a D. Do a Jersey.
It's infectious.
Yeah, Brendan says do a
This
Jersey.
This is what
accent.
the real coronavirus symptoms should be. Is this? Everybody's like,
we all have corona.
That would be so much more manageable. You just have guys in the middle of some rousing speech and I tell you to go out there and lady. Oh crap! I must have coronavirus.
You just randomly start sounding like
become
Jerry Lewis. The names slip my mind for just. I'm horrible with names.
No, just like Abraham Lincoln's up there just 77 years ago with the forefathers, and they came forth upon this continent. Oh, they made the continent and the country. It was good. Hey. I'm going to a play tomorrow.
Mr. Bones says,
my wife's making me go shoot me. No, oh God, I'm going.
If I don't go, my wife will shoot me.
She says it's mind blowing. Oh.
Mr. Bones says art versus no, you're fine. Art versus Cage and from Willy's Wonderland. Oh, have you seen Willy's Wonderland?
Yeah. That would be the most quiet fight ever.
Except for the soda can opening every half hour.
Yeah, just occasionally.
They'll have to stop you in the middle.
Would Art take a break and take a soda as well?
I think he would. He'd be like, give me one.
His first line. Oh my God, he spoke.
Yeah, it's like.
All he needed was
it wouldn't be a line, it'd just be this big, huge, long belch. Like a minute-long belch. Just says
Brendan says, David, remember when you autographed the paper? You lit up my life, and you, or was you with the flamethrower? You're truly a king of puns.
I'm the pumpkin king.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm a jack of all trades. What can I say?
And Doomsday said needed his soda in Willy's Wonderland. A fun movie, which is a very fun movie. I loved it.
I
My son's obsessed with Nicolas Cage. It's funny because they share the birthday together.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I got him a mask that has nothing but Nicolas Cage heads all over it. So it's like over his face. He's got nothing but Nicolas Cage faces
On his face,
all over.
right in the eye.
Oh, my friend Kira has a whole a swimsuit, 2-piece bikini of Nick Cage's face. It's the funniest thing. So each boob has Nick Cage on the boob, and then her butt has Nick Cage's face on the butt. It's just like that. It's just like, wow.
Make you get weird feelings.
It'll be funny. Is like she has this is horrible. Oh my god, I'm gonna go to hell for this. But if
We're all going to hell.
if this was her cup size, it'd be the bees, the bees,
Not the bees.
not the bees. I wanted the D's.
Now you gotta have her watch this later.
Yeah, she'd love it. She'd like, yeah. It's like you've probably met her at conventions. She and her sister Ashley sell like jewelry and stuff like that at a lot of the conventions and stuff like that. She's like she hit one of these. She got me a thing of these that they made of these little penises, and it's in a little bag. She's like, "Ah, you gave me a bag of dicks. How nice." This is great.
What was the Saturday Night Live? The dick in the box or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's a dick in a bag.
Dick in the bag.
A dick in a bag. Dick in a bag.
Brendan says, "Did you see the Nick Cage pillow?"
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Oh my god.
I wanted to get one for my son, but I ended up not getting one, so I got him a mask instead.
That's probably smart. Because I can't imagine just waking up in the morning and just see that. Oh my god.
Trying to get back on track a little bit.
I
What was it like being on Gotham? I know it's kind of a small part, but still, you're like opening scene.
Oh, that was fun. That was awesome. I was a big kid on set that day. Those days. The first day was when we were filming the hospital scene and stuff like that, and so we actually filmed that at the studio where they built most of the sets at Steiner Studio in Brooklyn. And so they let me walk around and stuff like that. So like I got to see like I walk into this one room and all of a sudden I'm just standing in Wayne Manor. I'm like, Wayne Manor. Then the other one is Gotham PD, and I'm like, it's Gotham PD. Oh my god. And I go upstairs and I got all the dressing rooms and they have all the names on the doors. And so they had like Bruce Wayne written on one door, Alfred Pennyworth on another one. I'm like, this is so cool. This is so cool. So I love that. And my second day is like when we did all the stuff at its Slaughter Swamp. And they actually built a swamp on out there in Staten Island. And because they Drew, who played Grundy in it, he had to sink out, we had to dump him into the swamp. So he had to float out in the middle of it. And then he sunk down into the water. And they trained him how to do that. But they didn't want him to actually have to go in that nasty actual Staten Island water. So they built what it looked like a real swamp. I was amazed with how well they made it, but it was like heated water and everything like that. And it was nice. So I was like, that's really cool. I was like,
yeah, I don't blame
magic.
them not wanting to go into the water.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh, it was great. Craft services was amazing at that thing too. I mean, they had just like a snack table and they had like Ghirardelli chocolates and Lindt chocolates and cappuccino machine and all this. Like, woo, look at this Warner Brothers money. Woo!
Any chocolate fountains, just a fountain. Of chocolate.
It was great. I ate too much and because I have an onion allergy. And I didn't realize apparently the meatballs I was eating had onions in them. And so they're like getting me mic'd up and everything. We're starting to race the sun. And I'm like, I just hear this in my stomach. And I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, I am so sorry because I know you're all waiting for us. I have really got to go. I was like, oh, there's some bushes over there. You can just go pee in those. I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. They're like, oh, okay. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's like, oh.
So did you reenact your art scene?
Yeah, it was almost like that, reenacting that scene from Dumb and Dumber. It was just like, oh, no.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's like, oh God, no. I was like, I'm sorry. They're like, no, it's okay. It's happened to us all. It's like, it was probably craft services. I'm like, yeah, I think it was craft services. It's like I had too much. I had too much. I've never shared that story before.
Well, as I always say, that's the shit we talk about here.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we should have just done that for the bathroom scene in Terrifier.
Well, that's what I was saying. The Terrifier scene. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I'm reenacting that scene. Oh, no.
Thinking a little bit of the Terrifier. I can't think of his name right now, but you weren't the original Art. No, let me finish. I know Art, the original actor who played Art.
Yes. Mike Gianelli.
Who are we talking about? I can't remember. Oh, Art, 3-letter word, hard to remember. No, but did you actually see All Hallows Eve, or did you just put your own portrayal on the character?
Yeah, I had actually seen All Hallows Eve even before I knew about the audition, so I was already a fan of the character. I was like, oh my God, what an awesome character. I would love to have a chance to play a character like that. I didn't even know I was going to be able to play him. You know, Mike Gianelli, who was the original actor, did a fantastic job. He set a solid foundation for me to build upon. But I just wanted to bring more of the physical comedy aspect of like the clown to the character, because I think that just makes him even stand out more from all these other, you know, silent killers. It's like he has that little, you know, feisty, dark, comedic edge to him, which I wanted to, you know, especially since he's a clown, I got to do more clownish things with him, with his mannerisms and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun. I loved it.
Yeah, it definitely worked, and it almost seemed mimish too, since he doesn't talk.
A lot of miming.
And he's also wearing.
But do not call him a mime. Do not call him a mime. Ooh, because that's why I always have to correct people on, because, you know, people assume because he's black and white that he's a mime. I'm like, no. There's several, you know, it's oh God, I'm totally blanking on the name of the type of clown that he's based off of the black and white scheme. But it's like kind of like almost like the Pagliacci type of clown, but he's a silent clown, not a mime. And the difference between the two is like silent clowns use props, mimes don't. Hence pantomime. Okay. That's why they pantomime everything. That's why they call them mimes. So, you know, as we know, Art definitely uses props.
It's funny. It was just sort of like just pretend song.
Song.
And they just start to split in half. They're like, I'm that good.
Kind of like how in Pokemon when he's miming and stuff, and he actually runs into it. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Suddenly gets sawed in half by the invisible saw.
Like in Detective Pikachu.
Yeah. Speaking of props, what was your favorite weapon or toy that Art had out of that?
Oh, my favorite is the cat of nine tails with all the blades on it and stuff like that. I think that's his more iconic weapon, because it's just so vicious. You don't see other characters with that kind of stuff, and it's got a cool story behind it too, where, you know, the ropes on that are not made of rope; they're made from the hair of his victims, which is kind of So it's like when you see him like making it at the beginning of the movie, that's he's using the hair from one of his victims. He's braiding it into the rope on that, and it's like, and it's vicious. That is such a vicious weapon. I mean, you know, just getting hit by a regular cat of nine tails will do massive damage to you. But now imagine like syringes and blades and stuff like that on that thing, so they like dig into your flesh and rip things away. I'm like, oh, that's vicious. It's a vicious weapon. And he has fun using that thing.
I bet.
Yeah.
Doomsday says he speaks without speaking, which is impressive, which I agree with that statement. I think we all do.
Yeah, that's why I like the makeup so much, because that's one of my main concerns was like, since he's so silent, it's like I want to be able to use my face as much to show my intent, and show my emotional state. And so like when I first got the makeup on, I sat in front of the bathroom mirror or over at the place we're doing my makeup test at, and I was in there for a while. And they're like, Are you okay? Did you fall in? I'm like, no, I'm making faces, because that's what I always do when I do new characters, new makeup and stuff like that. I sit in front of a mirror and make faces because I want to see how things read to an audience. So I would exaggerate everything to the nth degree just to see how well things work. And this mask that Damien has made is very malleable in that way. So it lends itself very easily to my facial expressions, which I love.
Nice. And speaking of like props and stuff, there's a bike in there. Now, is that like a really tiny bike, or is it because your toes like so big it's like perspective?
It's a really tiny bike. I'm 6'2", and that's a really, really tiny bike. We weren't even sure if I was going to be able to ride that thing since it's so small, especially with my shoes on. And I was determined. I was like, no, I am determined to ride this thing. This would be so fucked up and funny at the same time. I have got to ride this thing. And it was so much fun. I loved that thing. That was probably our funniest night on set. We're all just so delirious because maybe night 4 filming it consecutively. So we're just and oh my god, like I fell so many times on that thing. So like the crash you see in the movie where I run into the stairs, that was real. That was not me intentionally doing that. That just happened. I was like, crap.
I was gonna say, wasn't that the night you crashed on that?
Yeah. It's like what you're not hearing through that whole entire scene is everybody just off camera. It was wild. That was a crazy night.
Brendan said that was the funniest part of part 1 by far of him on his bike.
I loved it. I thought it's so messed up too, because here he had just been wearing a victim's body parts on him, and he'd been chasing another victim around like that naked. And then he just disappears, kills this other guy, finds this bike. He's like, I know this this girl's going around right now and all that stuff, but I got the building locked down. I got a bike. I'm going to ride on a bike. Whee!
Maybe it was the woman's baby's bike when grew up.
Who knows? I just love that idea. It's like he's in the middle of killing a huge killing spree and hunting this person down. He's like, you know what? This might even mess her up more. She's seeing me riding around on this bike. Whee!
I like it when he's in we'll call it the women's suit, and he's just like tossing and playing with his hair.
Oh yeah. Well, we did 2 different versions of that scene. The other version we used the little doll Emily, and I was using that. I first come out with the doll suckling on my boobs when I'm coming up from the. And then I used the doll as a puppet, and I was having the doll tell me where she was hiding in the closet. So she was like, I was doing the arm pointing to the closet and stuff like that, and. It was so weird. It was so messed up. And the doll's like whispering in my ear where she's at. I'm like, oh, she's in there. She's like, yeah, she's in there. Oh. So 2 totally different versions of that scene. And Damien basically had to flip a coin on which version he was going to use. So it's like, I would love for him to release that other version one day just so people can see it.
Does Art bring the doll with him too?
No, I'll say that. No, Emily's not in part 2, doll wise.
Interesting that you put doll wise.
Yeah.
What would you say, besides your favorite weapon, which was your favorite kill?
Oh, I love most people would say the hacksaw scene, but I love the decapitation. I thought that was such an awesome, gnarly decapitation, especially just basically making him a Pez dispenser for a second there. And then ripping it off and then kicking it like a soccer ball. It was just like, that was fun. It's so bloody too, and so well done. I had fun. And poor Mike though, he had so much of that just fake blood just going down inside of his costume, and he didn't bring a change of underwear and stuff like that. So he had it just saturated his underwear. He was like, "Oh God!" Then all that blood also went to his contact lenses too while he was wearing them. He's just like, "Ah!" So poor Mike that night. Poor Mike.
Sounds horrible.
That's why he's been getting me back in part 2 in stream with all the stuff. He's been like, "Dave, you got to do this." I'm like, "Oh, great. This is payback, isn't it? This is payback."
No, I have to admit, I have not seen All Hallows Eve. It's been on my watch list for years. I've never seen it, so I don't really know much of like Art's backstory. I don't know if it was explained in that or not.
No, it's not.
It's not. But
No, it's
do you
All
consider him
Hallows
like
Eve is
maybe
more of an
a
anthology
demon?
film.
Yeah, I knew it was
demon,
anthology, but
yeah. Demon wise, there's definitely something supernatural to him that you notice by the end of Terrifier.
Yeah.
So yeah, though we explore that a lot more in part 2, but we're not heavy-handed with it, and like we're gonna explain everything and treat the audience like they're dumb and like, we have to tell you everything. We infer a lot of things, and there are going to be a lot of questions raised in part 2, and I think smart people put things together, if they know the right places to look and stuff like that, because there's a character that's introduced in part 2 that people are going to be like, "Whoa, what the heck is this thing?" And I'm like, yep. It feeds into that whole the whole supernatural aspect of the character, which I think is kind of fun. But we're not also doing crazy supernatural stuff with him, like him just like levitating things. And
that's good.
No,
Yeah.
we still keep it grounded, and that it's just like he's just more like supernatural in the way like Mike Myers and Jason are, where it's like, because as Damon likes to say, you with these kind of slasher guys, you have to find out some way to keep bringing them back from the dead, because so that's why we're like, okay, well, we'll just embrace the supernatural side of him.
So
Yeah, I
with
think it's
that,
good.
anything of the well, I'm sure everybody here has seen it, but the face eating probably had something to do with it. I'm thinking maybe.
Could be. Who knows? Who knows what's in that head cheese?
So,
It's revitalizing. It's like, yeah.
wearing skin, just wearing people's skin, it rejuvenates.
Oh yeah, it's great for your pores. Those skin suits. It's like, ooh. Who are you wearing today? Oh, Gucci. Ashley Gucci.
I'd fuck me.
Yeah.
It puts the lotion on.
Oh yeah, you better believe I did that night. You better believe I did that.
Brendan has a great thing. Art doesn't have a teleportation ability. Damn.
Not that we know of yet, at least.
Yeah.
We're not having him just be bamfing around like Nightcrawler and stuff like that. It's like you got to still keep it
We
kind
could
of
put
grounded,
his clown
I guess.
stuff and get like, let's say it moves to 3, and you could get like smoke bombs or something and go poof, and he actually disappears.
He'll just
Or
fart.
he'll still be standing there after the smoke clears and be like,
Do the creepy.
Or you just see him in mid creeping away and just clears. He's like,
"Where's my bike?"
That would be great. Or his whole body disappears except for his flip off.
yeah.
Floating middle finger, that's all.
Yeah, I can see him do that in front of somebody.
It's so much fun to do. And that was a sporadic moment on set too in part 1. That was just like I was just goofing around with Samantha because we had to do the scene again, and so I just went, "Screw you!" And the whole crew just started laughing, and they caught it on tape. I'm like, and because Damien didn't want to do anything like that because he just felt it was too contrived just to do something like that. But it's like he said, "Oh, that was just so organic and in the moment, and just worked so well for that moment." So it was like, yeah. I'm glad he kept it in there.
Yeah, it was fun. I think of Art the Clown as more menacing version of the Grinch.
I can see that, yeah. Especially since I did base him a lot off of the Grinch I understudied for 5 years, Stephen Carl. So he was an amazing guy to understudy. He really helped fine tune my physical comedy abilities, I would say, because he was Robbie Rotten from Lazy Town. For those that are not familiar with him, and he was amazing at what he did. And I did a lot of that when I was just trying to figure out what I was going to do for a scene. I was like, how would Stefan approach this? I'm like, okay, I know what I'm going to do now. He'll do this. Because he was a master, not just the physicality of his body, but also his face. He was very, very expressive with his facial expressions.
Yeah, that's true. I don't remember us watching a lot of it, but I remember watching enough of it to where I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. He was amazing. Unfortunately, we lost him to cancer back in 2018.
Yeah.
That was a bummer. That hit me hard. I was like,
I imagine.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Grinch, I noticed that you also played Grandpa Who in a Grinch musical.
Yes, I was Grandpa. Old Grandpa Who, hey. He hated shopping. He's just like, why don't we just rewrap all the stuff we gave them last year? They'll never notice.
Was that like a Broadway thing, or was it televised? Or
Well, unfortunately, it was a Broadway thing. It was originally on Broadway, and then we were the first Broadway tour of it, where I did that for 5 years. But they did put it on TV back in 2020, and it was horrible. Like Matthew Morrison played the Grinch in it, and it was a bastardization of the show that we did. It was just, they did everything wrong. It was like his version of the Grinch was wrong. He was just trying to make him like sexy Grinch. I'm like, no. No.
Why would you go that way?
I don't know. If you want to watch a train wreck happen, watch his version of the Grinch. It was horrible.
I'm sexy when I know it.
And they changed some of the script around. They changed song. Just so many things were wrong. Like, this is not the show that we brought to people across the nation. Now, that's what made me so mad about it. Like, what did you do to this show? Because like what we brought to people loved. They adored it. It was just like, it's just like, that's why I hate that kind of stunt casting where they just get somebody because, he's totally wrong for the part. I mean, he's a great actor with like the leading male roles that he's played in other things like Glee and stuff like that, but he's not a Grinch. The Grinch needs to be played by a character actor.
Yeah. Not
your pretty boy leading male role. I'm like, no. You have been a good Papa Who, but not a Grinch. It's like, no. I was like, oh, I was one of the, I was like, we're all of us in the cast, we're all like messaging each other during the broadcast. We're like, oh, if Stefan was here, because Stefan had a salty sense of humor and very dark, and he's very sarcastic. It's like, oh, he would have been eviscerating it. It's like, because like Stefan's version was the best. It's like Jim Carrey's version is nothing compared to Stefan's. It was just fantastic. They have videos of him online if you look him up on YouTube where he's doing it, and it's wonderful. He was just so good. If you look up You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, that number he is just wonderful in.
That's good.
Yeah.
Gory Bits says that you are one cool dude.
I try. I have my moments.
I love the name Gory Bits. That's cool.
Gory Bits. Yeah, that's what I call my. No, never mind. My toes.
The big toe or little toe?
Yeah, it's definitely the big toe.
Okay.
We're going to have to put a parental advisory on this one.
A lot of my shows are parental advisory. Don't worry.
Okay.
You totally fit in, trust.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
We have had penis helicopters. I made a titty song out of one video.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet that was the best ever.
It was. Yeah, Rob Mello from Happy Death Day. We were
Oh, of course, yeah, Rob, yeah.
we were having some issues our first show, and it was echoing. So he's like, titties, titties, and it was echoing. And I was joking around. I'm like, how would you spell that? And he's like, T to the I to the TTY. So Boom put it to music. It's hilarious. I'll send you the link. It's like a minute and a half video.
It has all of us. It has Rebecca Reinhart. It has Steven. It has me, and mainly Rob because he said it the most.
Yeah.
And I clipped it out, put it to music, and then I also put, because I make all the thumbnails, so I put all the thumbnails in with it, so it like transitioned, so it was showing like all the guests that we've had along with the titty song that I made.
Oh my god. Rob's hilarious. Oh my god. When he showed up at Days of the Dead in Indianapolis this past summer, and he's like, David, I want you to sign something for me. And I'm like, okay, sure. And he just lifts up his shirt. It's like, can you sign my boob? I'm like, this is my first boob signature, of course. He was going around, Dave, sign my boob.
And he wasn't wearing his bro either. He wanted it just for you.
Yeah. It was hard too because he's sweaty. So I was like, oh man, you're so sweaty. It's hard to get the ink on here, man. It was so funny. That was great. That was a great moment. He's a hoot, man. He's a hoot.
Yes.
I loved him in Happy Death Day as well.
Yes.
That was a fun movie.
I love those movies.
I hope they make a third one. I really enjoyed it. Both of them. Even though the second one wasn't really a horror movie per se, but I mean, I still enjoyed it. It dealt with time travel and all that. I was like, I love time travel. I'm hooked. I'm there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the whole concept that they did with that, and like the Tree, and I can't remember the boy's name, the one that was her boyfriend. Like in both movies, they start talking about like a movie that also references time travel, and she's like, I'd never heard of that. Like first one they did Groundhog Day, and the second one they did one of the Back to the Futures.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. A nice play.
Great.
It's like reference to these movies, and she's like, I don't know.
And she was great in it as well.
Yes.
I mean, oh my god,
she was amazing.
Yeah, she was so good. I was like, I would love to meet her one day. Just like you were freaking awesome.
Yes,
love you. Will you marry me? You were awesome.
And we can relive that day over and over. No.
Over and over and over and over and over and over.
It's like Groundhog Day. I am a god. Not
yeah. Don't drive angry.
Doomsday wants to know, you're working with some legends in stream. Is there any icon that you'd love to work with someday?
Doug Jones, I would absolutely love to work with him. He's been someone I've based a lot of my career off of. It's just like he's always been a source of inspiration. I would love to play like his younger brother or his son or something like that, or in a movie or something. Because I think he's just he's great. He's so good. He's so good. I think that he would be a lot of fun. I think Ryan Reynolds would be a lot of fun to work with.
Oh, yes. I think you two would be a match made in heaven.
Oh, my God. I just watched Free Guy last night, and I was watching the outtakes, and I was like, it's just like they're all having so much fun. And that's another one. Taika Waititi. Oh, my God. I would love to work with him. Just any capability as a director or as an actor, he would be so much fun to work with. I love his sense of humor. It's like I love funny guys like that. I think that would just be so much fun to be around on set.
Boogeyman says, Art walking around with that woman's skin was classic, even better than Silence of the Lambs.
That's what I was sort of saying earlier.
Oh, yeah. Our poor crew having to look at my butt all night. And it's like, and other things too, because most people don't realize I'm also wearing her vajayjay. And you don't notice as much because that's one of the few areas of the film where they use digital effects. Because stupid me, Damien called me up that morning. He's like, Dave, bring a cock sock with you to cover your junk with. And I'm like, okay. So stupid me brought a bright white tube sock. Didn't think. And the piece that they gave me didn't fully cover things. So I come out, I'm like, I'm ready to film, guys. And they just see this white tube sock. They're like, oh no. That's gonna show up. I'm like, I'm sorry.
It's not the usual one I wear, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is new to me. I'm not used to that. It's like, David, you should have just tucked. I'm like, I'm not gonna tuck. I can't. That's gonna hurt. You got too much. That was also Samantha Scaffidi's first night really working with me on set too. So that was her introduction to me, basically. I'm like, hi! These are my boobs and my vajayjay. I have a teaching degree. I taught kids. Welcome to Terrifier. And she just starts laughing her ass off. She's like, that's awesome. And I'm like, okay, you're going to be great to work with.
Hi, kids. Walk into the classroom like that. I'll be your substitute for today.
I'm your substitute teacher for today. And we're learning about female anatomy.
Open your robe.
What was the South Park episode when Miss chokes on dicks? They were talking about like, yeah, let's give her a little fruit. You mean give her like a little fruit basket? Yeah, and Carter's like, well, come up, say, shuck my balls. And then no one does it. They're all looking at her hands. And he's like,
oh god.
Brendan says he wishes you were his teacher.
Oh,
I think
I would.
That would be a lot of fun.
Oh no, I would be on all those kind of what are those not pedophile lists, but sexual predator type lists. Where I would have to go introduce myself to neighbors everywhere I went. I'd be on one of those lists. I don't need to do that.
Brendan says for school, it's like no Sunday school. He's a Sunday school teacher.
Sunday school. Jesus Christ. Yes.
Have Art come out wearing a little nun outfit with.
Yeah. I was made from a rib.
Today we will be doing art.
Yeah. The book of art. On the 8th day, he made art, and it was not good.
Oh, we know, Brendan. We were just joking. Brendan says not Sunday school, public school.
No, I know what you meant.
It'll be more pubic school.
Yeah, there you go.
We lost the L. I'll tell you where
We
the
lost
L is.
Boogeyman. They said they're dead.
Oh no. I'm sorry, Boogeyman. I killed the Boogeyman.
Oh my god. That's funny.
How do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it.
Yep. That's not good.
Oh my god, my stomach's
There's a booger and the sugar. No, there's not. There's a booger and the sugar. No, there's not. There's a booger and the sugar. There's a booger and the sugar. There's a booger and the sugar. No, there's not. I used to be a camp counselor. One of the songs we used to sing was Ding-a-ling.
My ding-a-ling.
Yep, exactly. So we made up our. Oh yeah, that was a fun one. And we would make our own lyrics up for our camp and stuff like that. I was like, one of us like canoeing across Kateko Creek, water moccasins at my feet. It was hard to cross that thing with both hands on my ding-a-ling-a-ling, my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling. A ding-a-ling is 2 silver bells on a string, for those that don't know.
Exactly. Can you imagine singing that at a Christian camp of all places?
Speaking of,
this was just a camp for little rich, little spoiled kids, and that was even more because at one point one of these camps, because in Alabama, they're like, my son came home and he was singing that song, and they were complaining about it. That and I taught them the Bean song from Space Ghost, Coast to Coast Barbecue, the Brack song. and they made me ban that because kids were going home doing the sound. I'm like, that's what kids do. It's fart sounds. Kids love fart sounds. That's just. But these ultra conservative Alabamians are like, no, they can't do that. Jesus wouldn't like the fart sound.
Jesus didn't fart.
It's like, he had a holy shit. Come on.
And my husband dropped that little tidbit of information, and he's like, "I'm out." He's like, "Take the dog out."
It was so. Oh my god! Some of the songs we used to sing, I'm like, wow, we did get a lot away with a lot, because it's like it's something because like our camp directors were the biggest Christian type people. They were so just golly gee willikers, just so sweet. Not like not like your like the evangelical, but just like that Ned Flanders. Ned Flanders type of just
Oakley dokley.
Just Oakley dokley. Everything's lollipops and rainbows. Everything's great. And they love the songs. They're just like, these are great. These are funny. They're innocent.
One of his relatives is really super religious, and sometimes they post some stuff that's kind of like a little off the wall. And if I get in the mood, I like to mess with them sometimes. I had this person believing I worship the flying spaghetti monster.
No, a pastafarian.
Oh, you're frozen. Oh,
I'm frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Am I frozen now? Okay.
There you go.
I was frozen today.
Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was bored one day, and I forget what the post she did. It was just some random meme she shared or whatever, and but I had her believing I worshiped the flying spaghetti monster.
I love it. Well, see, I came from like my not my maternal grandmother, my paternal grandmother. Yeah, my paternal grandmother, my dad's mom. That's easier to say. My dad's mom.
Yes.
She was like huge evangelical Christian. Like I kid you not, they had a room in their house that was full of VHS tapes stacked up to the ceiling of the 700 Club. They taped every episode of the 700 Club. So one day, 700 Club, they believed all that nonsense. It was just craziness. It was craziness. I could not have like my He-Man toys over at the house because of the toys of the devil. It's like one day we're at this place called Piccadilly Cafeteria that was inside of our mall, and we'd go there. A lot of people went there every Sunday for lunch, and that was the family would go out there for lunch. And my grandmother was the slowest eater in the world. She would eat each individual piece of a salad.
We used to call my grandma's chews.
Oh my God. It was so, and I was five years old, I think, at the time. And I wanted to go to the toy store. I was done eating. I was bored sitting at the table with everybody else. And I want to go to the toy store. I'm like, Mom, I'm going to go to the toy store. Because they had like it was called Circus World, which later became like KB Toys. And I was like, I want to go Circus World. I want to go Circus World. Can we go? Can we go? And I was like, come on, typical 5-year-old. My grandmother, if you also understand, was 4'8", tiny little lady. Comes over, slaps her hand to my forehead in the middle of this restaurant, and starts trying to exorcise me. Like, Lord Jesus Almighty, I command thee to get these demons out of my grandson's head. And of course, every head in that restaurant just goes whoosh, right to our table. And I'm like, I think this is when I first really discovered I should be a performer, because I noticed this. I'm like, you know what, you crazy lady? If you're going to do this to me and try to embarrass me like this, I'm going to have some fun. And so I just started doing this. I'm doing all that kind of stuff with it. And my mom's like, David, Howard, Thornton, stop that right now. Oh, my mom was pissed. More at my grandmother than at me, though. She was like, "How dare you do that? He is not possessed. He's 5. He's bored because you take so fucking long to eat your lunch. We're all done. We've been waiting for you for 30 minutes. Eat your flan."
I know my son's dad, he was super into it. It wasn't the 700 Club, but it was a show like it. But the woman on it looked like she had plastic surgery.
Oh, she did, probably.
And I'm sure she did.
Paid for all the money from Jesus.
And he was like, forced me to watch this when my son was a baby, and I made a joke about it. Oh, that would piss him off. He didn't like that.
That's what I love is all those shows. They're all like, they're sitting on, I remember there was like the one show where they're sitting on gold thrones. All this ostentatious gold crap all over the set. They're all just, the woman has all this makeup. It's not Tammy Faye Baker, but it's the other woman. She has this big, huge pompadour hair, big, huge, like clown makeup basically on. She looked like Mimi from the Drew Carey show with the makeup. And it's just all this ostentatious stuff around them, and it's, you know, then they're just like, "We're begging you. The Lord came to us today, and He says that you need to send us money so we can come and minister to you all. We need a new jet." And I'm like, you totally don't get anything that what the actual scripture was about, do you? It's just like, Jesus was a poor man. He was a son of a carpenter that would go and just preach anywhere he was at. And like, you're going to be doing this. Oh, just that kind of hypocrisy drove me crazy. And I was like,
yeah, it
how
did
do
me
people
too.
not see this? It's like,
yeah,
like these people that these big televangelists that have this huge auditorium that they do that. Like, this is, and they're charging money for people to come in. And it's like, this is disgusting.
Or the ones that do the kind of like the exorcism things where they have them come up
and
it's magically healed on TV.
Yeah. Oh, that stuff is oh my. And what makes me mad is there are people like my grandmother that bought into that. And they give their money to these people. They're conned out of all their money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. It's so sad. And then you have these people that actually firmly believe they will be healed. Where I was from in Alabama, we had outside of Huntsville, the Sand Mountain area, they had the snake healers, the snake holders. Where they, you know, and you would occasionally hear, "Oh, another person died from getting bitten by the rattlesnake." And it's just, well, they didn't have enough faith. It's just like, you know, Darwin, take the wheel. It's just like,
just like with the people in the cult. But I think some of those,
it is a cult.
Some of the leaders, I think, are a little manipulative. You can kind of see how they get in there.
Oh, especially the faith healers. That stuff it disgusts me because they charge people money to do that too. Like my aunt, unfortunately, bought into that with one guy when she had cancer, and he took full advantage of her. She ended up changing her will. And so he conned her into leaving everything to him. He even taped her when she was dying and when she died, her dead body while they're at the airport, because his new thing was to try to let people die in mid-flight on an airplane. And he was trying to promote this, and he actually put her dead body on YouTube video advertising his ministry and his not ministry, but his doctor's practice.
Oh my goodness.
It was so disgusting. And we tried to do stuff about it, sue and all that, but there was nothing we could do. It was disgusting. So those people disgust me to no end.
Yes.
They need to be a victim of art.
Yes. Take out your aggression and suggest to a person who writes the films, like, hey, I need to take some aggression on this. Work this in the script.
Hey, Damien, I got an idea.
How's your faith now?
It's just I just don't like. I'm like, it's okay if people have faith. I don't like people that take advantage of other people.
Agreed.
That.
Yeah.
It's like
The whole point of helping
especially-
others is to actually help others, not yourself.
especially if someone's sick, and
Mhm.
you know, it's like if someone's really sick and they're shooing, you know, actual medical help from doctors, and instead going to someone like a quack like that, a con artist, and then it's like they could have been saved if they had gone to a doctor instead. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's sad. It's just, I don't like people taking advantage of people like that. Just oof. Off my soapbox.
Sorry, I didn't mean it to turn dark like that.
I know. I was like, oh my god, I got serious all of a sudden.
Right.
Went from talking about being
My dog came
exercised
to
in
visit. I was
Piccadilly.
going to pick her up because she's all black and white, and I was going to pick her up, but she took off on me. I scared her.
Yeah.
Make a perfect sidekick for Art.
Yeah, my husband said she would make a perfect sidekick for Art.
Oh,
she,
Nice killing
she has like a white face and has a little black mask.
oh, that's great. I love it. Art needs a little sidekick.
Boogeyman said that Art the Clown, Temple of the Enlightened. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. It's gonna scare the holy shit out of you.
Finger paint.
Do you think as Art progresses, you're going to keep?
Well, that's
him
what he does for
silent?
Ash Wednesday. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's horrible. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. That's a horrible idea. Oh my god. That is messed up.
No problem whatsoever. You think as like Art progresses, like further down the line, not like 3 or 4, but maybe like further down the line if it gets that far, you think Art would ever find a voice?
No, we never
No.
want him to talk. No, I
That's-
guess that would just totally ruin the character for
Yeah.
everybody. I think it just like that's, and like when I do my like cameo videos, I do a little scratchy, almost Joker like voice for it. But that, I mean, that's not how Art's supposed to sound. I'm just doing a voice
Right.
just for. It's so much easier than holding
I
up
didn't even know.
cards the whole entire time, going, "Hi, Justin, happy birthday."
Imagine all the signs you'd have to write for every name and stuff.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would just be. Or I get one of the Stephen Hawking things. Hi, Justin. How are you?
Get a little
Happy birthday."
cardboard and like write your sign and like stand
Yeah.
up all the sign.
Yeah.
Just have one sign for happy birthday, you're engaged, happy new year.
Yeah.
Just one for
You're
every-
divorced. Yay! You split up.
Literally.
Did you have to do one for that?
Not yet. I imagine
Oh.
I'll have it one
I
day.
was talking about split. Just the thought. Okay.
Who's gonna be the first?
Congratulations on your divorce.
Free at last.
Oh, what's that? Oh, when Eddie Murphy was on Saturday Night Live and he did like the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood, he's like, "Good morning, boys and girls. My wife left me. I'm glad that bitch is gone."
The word of the day is bitch. Can you say that? Now go in the room with your mom and say that to her. I'll wait. Did she slap you? Then you said it right.
Brandon said they actually have an app for that sounds like Stephen Hawking. I'm sure they do have an app for
Oh,
that.
probably.
There's an app for everything.
God. Now I want to go back and watch those old Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood sketches. Those were always hilarious. Someone knocks on the who let me?
This is how we answer the door. Who is- or when he's, I'm Gumby, damn it.
I'm Gumby, damn it. I love it. Oh God, I love Eddie Murphy. I love Eddie Murphy.
Yes. He's hilarious.
He really is.
I'm surprised he hasn't been in anything. Well, I don't know what he's
Well,
going
coming
on
to
with his
America
life,
too. Or
Mhm.
coming
I'm
to
sorry.
America. That
Yeah,
is
coming to America too.
but- Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that
Yeah.
Oh, he did
Yes.
that Dolomite movie too, which was
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
That was it's so good. It's so good. It was so good. Yeah, who really stole the show in Coming to America too was Wesley Snipes.
Agreed.
I was like, oh wow, he is milking this for all it's worth, and he is loving it. I'm like, this is great. Just his little strut that he did. It was just like, I was like, he is having a blast doing this right now.
Yes.
I didn't realize he was that funny. I was like, God.
Yeah, he's funny.
Well, yeah, he was great in that.
He was great. Now I was gonna say he was also funny in the older one, To Wong Fu with Patrick Swayze and them when he was that was funny too.
Yeah,
I thought there was this What We Do in the Shadows. There's a scene at I believe the end of it's the end of season 1 where they have
the
vampires,
all the vampire cancels.
Even Paul Rubens, which I was great, like from Buffy. I was like, this is.
Yes, when they had Buffy, I was like, "That's great."
Oh my god!
Then those listing off the ones that couldn't make it, and then Wesley Snipes is like zoomed in on there.
Yeah. It was. Oh my god! It was so good. I love that show. I absolutely adore that. That is. And I love the movie too, but I love that show. So I'm dying to be on it one day. I was like the Doug Jones episode, where his big episode on there, the first season was just, oh my god! When getting the pizza, I died. It's like he just starts throwing up because it had garlic. He's like just flies all over the place like a balloon deflating. He's like, totally worth it.
I forget what season it was, but the one guy that he decided to go in hiding, so he like went somewhere else, and his hiding was just a toothpick in his mouth. That was
Jackie Daytona.
Jackie Daytona. Yes.
I'm just a normal human drinking a human beer.
Yes. That's great. Oh my god, so funny. Like we're going to this superb owl party. I'm so excited about the superb owl party. Super Bowl party. They're expecting owls. In the creepy paper. This is so good. It's so smart too, like what they did with the ghosts on there, with of their former selves when they became vampires, because they died, so their old selves became ghosts. I'm like, that's brilliant. That has never been addressed before. Oh my god, that's so brilliant. And then they didn't, like, most of them didn't like their old self. They're like, it was such a good show. God, it's such a good show.
I can't wait for next
funny.
season.
Oh, I can't wait either. Oh my god, it's like what a cliffhanger that was.
Oh man.
Oh man, no.
I was like, can that happen? I was like, what?
I know. I was like, this is crazy. I don't want to spoil for those who haven't seen that, but it's like, I met Harvey, who plays Guillermo at Texas Frightmare. And I was like, dude, he was in his room near the end of the first night, and I was like, dude, I have to come in here and say hi to you because I absolutely adore you guys. Like, I love you guys. He's like, oh my god, I love Terrifier. I'm like, what? So it's like, I was like, dude, I want to be on your show so bad.
Take me with you.
There's a Geico commercial with him in it with the little Geico lizard.
Yeah.
It took me a minute. I was like, wait a minute. I know who that is.
Yeah. He is the nicest guy too. I'm like, it's like I'm like, you guys must have so much fun on that set. It's like, oh my god, yeah.
I can imagine. I mean, the stuff on the show itself, I mean, the behind the scenes must be crazy.
Oh my gosh. It's just so great. It's so great. It's love the show. Absolutely love the show. I highly recommend it to everybody. It's just, if you want it, it's one of those few really good sitcoms that's out there, and it's so smart and so funny and so creative. It's just there's nothing else like it. There's literally nothing else like it.
Right. And you expect it to be kind of more of a horror thing because it's about vampires, but it's really not. It's a little bit. It's more comedy.
No. Oh my god! Especially Colin Robinson. Oh my god, Colin Robinson is just what they have done with Colin Robinson too. Is just oh my god.
I know. It's like what?
Yeah. Oh my god! It's just so good. Such that whole idea of an energy vampire is just that's brilliant.
Yes.
It's like
Yes,
oh
that
my
is
God.
brilliant.
That's
Oh
so
no,
good.
Peggy. I didn't know your mom was sick with the. I don't know if we're allowed to say the C word. We'll say the
No,
poop.
she's just saying she hasn't been going out much because of that. She doesn't.
Oh, okay. I thought
No,
she
she's
said
fine.
she had it. I read it wrong.
Oh
Not that I'm
no,
aware of,
no.
unless I'm learning something new. But
Right?
Oh my God.
do I have to come up there
That's
again? Oh gosh.
oh boy. I've like it's been crazy here in New York with I'm like all these Broadway performers are getting it now. It's just like it's been all these shows are having to close down because the cast is all sick. It's like oh man. I'm like oh no 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 no. I was so glad when I got my booster. I was like please please please.
There's been a couple schools in Madison, which is about a half hour from us,
Mhm.
and a few schools going to virtual, but more south towards
Yeah.
us, we haven't had anything like that. But
Yeah.
I know, like further north, like towards Madison, they're having a lot of places are going virtual for a couple weeks for school wise.
So I knew this was going to happen with the holiday season. I was so afraid. I was just like, yeah, we haven't gotten to that point yet where it's safe to really do that. But it's like it happens. I've been lucky so far. Knock on wood. So
Yeah.
it's like, and that's how I discovered how well the vaccine actually kind of worked because like when we were doing all these conventions back to back. Like Damien got COVID when we were in not North Carolina, in Kentucky, in Louisville, and he didn't know it. He just felt a little sick, because he was vaccinated too, so it was one of those breakthrough cases with Delta. And we're in Vegas, and he just got really sick when we're in Vegas. It's like I knew where he was sick when he left the bar way before I did. He's like, I'm going to bed. I'm like, oh, he's not doing well. And like and the thing is, he was like all up in my face, of course, doing my makeup and everything, and around all these other people, and no one got sick from him. So it's like both, the vaccines protected us from him, but it also, since he was vaccinated, he was not transmitting the virus to other people as well that might not have been vaccinated or something like that. So it's like, oh wow, that's lucky.
Yeah.
It's like yay, science.
Yeah,
So get vaccinated, folks.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of cons since they're starting to come back. So far everything's been okay. But
it still kicked his butt some though. It's just like, but like I can only imagine how much worse it would have been for him if he had not been vaccinated. It's just like, oh my God. He was just like he said he just felt like ugh for he would leave the convention for a few hours just because he was just like I gotta go lie down. I'm like, oh wow, he's not doing well.
And Brendan's in the chat says my school shut down and he lives in New Jersey.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Maybe it depends on how big on cities. Maybe let me say no.
Are you okay?
I said no. Don't do that. Don't do that. So it's like I don't know. I'm just hoping we're going to get over this soon. But the good thing is, I guess, with Omicron, it's more transmissible, but it's not as bad for people. Yeah, it's like that's the good thing. So I'm hoping that's what's going to be happening with the future variants that we might be getting as they get less severe. So
yeah,
life needs to get back to normal.
Yeah, I just want to get back to normal. That's all.
More cons, less worried about sickness.
Yeah,
though there is always the con crud, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Woo!
So, any upcoming cons you going to?
Yeah, I got a lot coming up this year. I can't remember all of them per se, but I know I got my first one coming up. It's going to be at a Mad Monster Party in North Carolina. So that's going to be fun. Can't wait to go back there. I was back there in 2019, had a great time there. So it's going to be nice to be back. And then I'm going to be doing like Days of the Dead, I think, in Los Angeles later on this year. Got to be doing Astronomicon again. Got to even be going to England at one point for the Love of Horror out in Manchester. So that's going to be awesome.
Okay.
I already have a big year coming up, and my manager Bob is already working on more stuff for us. Especially once part 2 finally comes out,
Yeah.
we'll definitely really wanting to hit the road.
Have they released anything? I haven't been keeping an eye on it. Have they released anything about when it's coming?
No, nothing yet. We're Damien's still doing the final edits right now. It takes a while, especially the holiday season's been a little bit harder to get stuff done, But he recently got the full color corrected version of the film, so he's doing the last tweaks here or there with sound effects and visuals and stuff like that. But it's pretty much done now, which is good. So after he's about to start shopping it around to distribution. So once we have our distributor set up and all that, we'll actually be able to say a date.
Okay.
Nice.
And how and where and when and all that good stuff. So we can't wait. We're not trying to be like everybody else. I know they just recently postponed Morbius again.
Yeah, I heard
I saw that.
Postponed for 2 years. I mean, they had that thing in the can before the pandemic even was anybody even knew about it. So it's so we're not trying to keep this from everybody. We want this out there for everybody. It's just, it's like when Damien's a one-man army, basically. So it's basically him editing this whole entire thing. And it takes a while when you're just one person. You don't have a huge studio system behind you of a huge team of people to do all that.
Right, and he wants to make sure it's good and no mess ups and stuff.
Exactly. It's his baby. It's his baby. He wants it done right. He's a fan just like everybody else, so he wants it to be up to snuff. He doesn't want to put out a bad product. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be
says that you are killing it.
Oh, thank you. Well, hope to kill it even more.
He wants to kill it. Art's going to kill it.
Do a fan-made thing with Art versus somebody dressed as Pennywise. Well, I don't know. Maybe Pennywise-ish. You probably
they call it exactly. Shit. Because he's silent and he puts poop everywhere. So it's called shit. He's just doing the and it has it next to it.
They have like a battle between like a fan-made battle.
There should be the 2 next Mortal Kombat characters inside there.
Well, I thought they were supposed to bring back a celebrity death match, and I guess that
I remember hearing something about that too.
And I was like, oh my god, that would be a great celebrity death match, Art versus Pennywise.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I forgot about that till you mentioned that.
My idea for it, they would have had old Pennywise versus new Pennywise, and then Art comes in and
kills them both.
Just
that would
be great.
Awesome.
I would be like, yes, I would give my seal of approval to that episode.
Oh, I remember Celebrity Deathmatch. That was so much fun.
I love that show. Love that show. Man, so much that would not fly today, though.
Yes. I know they added Beavis and Butthead Paramount Plus, and I got so excited when we got Paramount Plus, and I went to watch it, and I made my son watch it. I was like, "You need to check this out. This was so cool when I was your age." And he watched it. He's like, "What?"
We loved it.
It was great when I was a teenager.
And then we had Hank Hill before he was Hank Hill on there,
what
too.
What the hell? Beavis? Butthead?
Yeah, he was super not impressed with Beavis and Butthead.
No. Good times.
Also, I think I forget if it was the same night as Celebrity Deathmatch. It might have been. You remember that show, Cartoon Sushi?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was a good one. Mm-hmm. And Broccoli has an IQ of 10.
Yeah. Oh, so much stuff like that would not fly today.
I love the Mayfly.
So yeah. Oh my god.
Have you seen that they're gonna make a new Beavis and Butthead movie?
I've heard. About
with they're middle aged. Yeah.
I didn't hear that they're gonna be.
I saw the concept art for it. I'm like, oh my god, that's fantastic.
Kind of like what they recently did on South Park, where they made them adults.
Yeah, like Butthead got like fat and bald. It's so funny. It's like this is great. I hope to see this. I will have to go see that.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to look
I
that
will
up.
have to definitely watch that as well. God, I remember I got in so much trouble because I would make my brother's significantly younger than I am, so I used to make him watch it when he was little, and I'd get in so much trouble. I also made him watch the movie Alligator. I also got in trouble for that.
Oh boy.
He was like 3.
Yeah.
He probably was older than that, but
I don't know, not to flush your pet alligator down this toilet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made him watch Alligator when he was extremely young, probably way too young to watch it. Yeah. But I was a teenager. I didn't care. It's like, you need to watch this.
Yeah.
So yeah, we watched Alligator. We'd watch Beavis and Butthead. I believe Ren and Stimpy.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
of course. Oh my God, Ren and Stimpy was great. Oh my God. Did you ever see the rated R version of Ren and Stimpy, like the uncut version? I don't think I did. Oh my God. They aired them on Spike TV or VH1 originally back in like the early 2000s. It's like,
there was like one where he dived into his butt.
God. Like, yes. I mean, they were like X-rated. It was like, whoa. Oh whoa.
Well, there was one where I think they cut it out on the DVD. There was like one where they went into a haunted house and there was like the bloody head fairy put coin in his ear. I don't know if you heard that. Well, I think they cut out the part with like the fish eggs and then the ear. There was like something they had cut out of it because I remember there's.
Oh, it went some crazy places. I still just remember the old man, the Cobb, where his face was always sliding off, like his nose or his ears or something were just slowly sliding off his head. I was just like, oh God. This is crazy. No, sir, I don't like it.
I like it. Powder toast. He'd be flying backwards and he'd take on it.
Oh my God. Hey, Ren. I picked him for you. It was like this nose goblins.
Or when he farted, Stinky.
Yeah, Stinky, son of Stimpy, yes.
Something came out of your butt and it smelled. You're an idiot.
But Ren. Oh God. Oh wow. I didn't realize how late it was. Like, I need to make dinner.
Oh no, it's been almost 2 hours.
Yeah. It's like, oh wow, it's almost night. I need to make dinner.
Oh yeah. Well, anything else you want to tell us before you leave, or?
Oh God! Don't do drugs, kids.
Okay. Drugs
or you become like us. Well, I might not be a good warning. Somebody might like that.
Yeah. No, but thanks for having me on here. It's been fun chatting with you guys.
Yeah, it's been a blast.
Yeah. Well, people are gonna think I'm crazy now.
The secret's out. If they didn't,
yeah, secret's out. Oh my God, David is on PC at times.
I'll have what he's having.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, all right, enjoy your dinner then.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna make some, I think, chicken franchise for myself. So it's yum.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's my cheat day, so I'm doing that.
All right, cheater.
Yeah. Yay!
I have some leftover nachos. I got this big thing of nachos yesterday because we ordered this one like burger place that for my son's dinner. We brought it home, and I got this big thing of nachos. I was only able to eat some of it, so we gotta warm up this.
I saw that picture; those looked good.
Those are the best. They got barbecue brisket on them, and this like a whole bunch of shit on it. Oh, it's so good.
Boy. Oh boy!
I don't remember if you're on my Instagram or not, but I had pictures of all her food on there.
Well, as long as you don't take a picture of the aftermath.
Yeah,
that's true. Well, my dad gave me money so we could make sure he could to go out for his birthday and everything. So I was taking pictures of everything he had, and I took some pictures of stuff I had to video document since my parents can't. We live very far apart, so that way they could kind of see. How we're celebrating his birthday.
Like we have kale. No.
Yeah, turtle cheesecake.
Might as well just kale yourself.
You kale yourself?
Of course, we had cheese curds. We're in Wisconsin. You got to have cheese curds.
Oh, that's the worst sounding food to me. Cheese curd.
I know my husband calls it cheese turds.
I was gonna
say. It's just that's what makes me just like cheese curd.
They're good though.
I know, but the name cheese curd just sounds so
Agreed.
unappetizing. It's like,
It's like with
but on
that
that note,
enjoy your chicken.
chicken. Poo poo platter.
Poo-poo platter.
Spotted dick. Blood pudding. It's like all these names sometimes like, why were they thinking?
Agree.
It's like, why name it that?
Just throw some ketchup on it. Everything's better with ketchup.
Oh god. Ice cream with ketchup.
Ew. I'm surprised they don't have ice cream, ketchup flavored ice cream.
They do somewhere. I guarantee.
Oh, I'm
you.
sure
It exists
guarantee
in
it.
some dimension.
Oh yeah, somewhere. Some like like hippie, like not hippie but hipster type place. Like this is organic ketchup ice cream.
Well, all you got to do really is just put a bottle of ketchup in the freezer.
Yep. I met it with my man bun and my man beard. It's purely organic, made from my beard hairs. Someone threw a tomato at me, and I made ketchup out of it. And now it's ice cream. I made it from a cow. I'm sorry. Okay.
Go eat.
Yeah,
I need to go eat. Okay. Well, thanks again for having me on. You Happy New Year's to you guys too.
you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And definitely when Terrifier 2 comes out, or the other movie, I forget the name, Stream, whatever. Stream, you have to come back and tell us all.
Oh,
about
definitely. Well, y'all take care. Have a good night. All right.
Don't take care. Bye.
Take care. See you later. Y'all come back now. You heard? See you guys.
Bye.
Oh boy, I'm a stereotype. Bye. On that note,
He can't click the buy button. He's trapped in an endless loop of House of Horrors.
That was a great exit, though. I would say that was probably our best exit we have had yet.
Oh, I think I'm going to eat the other half of my turkey sandwich, which I still haven't eaten the other half yet.
I still haven't touched my turtle cheesecake. I had to put it in the refrigerator because I got full. I eat my nachos, maybe my turtle cheesecake.
Oh, that was fun.
Yes, that was my stomach was hurting some of it. I don't think I laughed that hard since we had Rob and Rebecca on.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, he was great. I loved him. I've never talked to him before, so that's a first for me.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm good now. I don't know about everybody else, but yeah.
Did you choke or I missed it?
Did I joke? No.
Oh,
what?
you said, okay, I'm good now. I didn't know if I missed something.
No, I was never. No, I was just saying I'm good. Stop laughing. Okay. Serious time now. No laughing aloud.
I'm not going to stare at the screen.
For the rest of the show, we're just going to stare.
He's nuts. I love it. Yes. He's very nuts. Definitely fits in well with us.
Yeah. A little bit. Yeah, definitely.
How that speaks to us very well.
It was like, lots of dyslexic sentences.
I blame my mom. She's dyslexic. So, yeah, I get that passed on from her. But I tried to read the news articles. I didn't do Friday because of my son's birthday, but thank you guys. We had an awesome show. It was great.
Thank you. Yep. Thanks for joining. I can't wait to see Terrifier 2, though. That's going to be awesome. I mean,
Yeah. And I didn't even know about that other film, Stream. That sounds really good, too. I want to see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, hoping for some Terrifier 2 news, but I understand that
Let's see,
why it's
yeah.
taking so long. But
hey, at least it'll be good when it comes out. So
I'll change. Doomsday says I'll change my vote for contest of favorite. So he must have entered a video for your contest.
Oh, probably for the show, maybe? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, where you said one of the things you
Well, I
had
was
to like
saying, which is your
comment.
favorite show? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay, so maybe this will be the favorite show. Yeah.
I made a joke that said my titty song was entry.
Yep.
I'm kidding. It's not fair for me to enter. I completely know. I was kidding.
Well, you get to pick a night that you want to come on.
Yeah, if I won, I could see that being a huge outcry. It's like, you already on there and you're going to get all this stuff that was rigged. He was just going to send you that stuff already. So I completely understand. That's why I don't enter. But I made a titty song. So you get the titty song. All you got to do is find it on my channel.
Yeah, I've shared it on pages too and everything, so you'll find it somewhere. I wonder what would happen if you search titty on YouTube if it comes up.
Well, I didn't call it titty. In the description, I put titties provided by, and then I listed. In the description it said that, but the title is "What You're Missing by Not Watching House of Horrors" or something to that effect.
Yeah. And
Miss Boomstick and the Horror Freak 85 Killer Show, loved it. Glad I caught it. I'm glad you was here with us. And Steve made an exit, so you're all alone with me now. This is my favorite show. It is one of my favorite shows as well. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. I gotta keep my soda intake in, or else I don't have too much of a choking fit. But yeah, hopefully there'll be enough news where I could do a news report maybe next week.
I'm going to be on two screens again. I thought I plugged in it just in time and my computer died.
I wonder what was going on. Yeah, David was a great, talented guy. Very talented guy. Agreed. But I was just saying, yeah, hopefully this week there'll be enough news reports or news articles so I can make a news. I didn't even try to look up this weekend with my son's birthday and everything. And it's just like, But
so I know next week Scream will be coming out, so that should be good.
That's my brother's birthday. We're all January babies. One a week. I'm serious. It's like my son's yesterday, my brother's on the 14th, and I'm on the 24th. Bam, bam, bam.
There you go.
And when my great grandma was alive, it was also on the 2nd, and my grandma was alive, it was on the 18th. So we're all January babies.
No, I didn't pass out. I guess that's what Boogeyman was saying. Maybe he passed out. Better check. Or was that me you were talking about, or someone else?
It'd be hard for me to check on him. I could send a message, but that'd be all I could do.
It wouldn't do any good if I was passed out. Are you alive?
I just took over the show until I decided I was like, I had enough. And because I can't shut it off.
If you're passed out, don't say anything.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not in the same state, so there's not much I could do. I ain't even close enough to drive.
Nope.
I'll see you later, Doomsday.
Yeah. That's how my computer was. All right, have a good night, Doomsday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's what's wrong with that franchise video. I think I need to cut it in half. I think that's why I can't upload it to Spotify. Because it's like almost 3 hours long. Was it that long? But yeah, we had a couple of them that were close to that length, like Andre. Yeah. He was almost. Yeah, I think he was like 240 or something like that. Yeah. So I thought I could get this one to squeeze by because it was something to that effect. It's like 2 something. I forget what the number is.
Might have to do a franchise. You might have to make it a franchise.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to because it just refuses to take it. I've tried and I thought, well, maybe it's my editing. So I tried to, because I had to mess with the audio because I recorded it weird and I couldn't hear, so I had to mess with the audio. I was like, well, maybe it has too much edits in it. So I redid it again and tried to send it, still won't take it. So I think I'm going to have to cut it in half and make a franchise out of the franchise. Pretty sure. So yeah, it was when we lost you. Have a great night, guys. Thank you for the great entertainment and show.
You're welcome.
Not a problem.
Come back anytime.
This is my social hour.
This is my social life. That's it. I'm a hermit.
I get to go out like once a week, if that. And I have literally like no friends here. So this is my social hour. I don't get to talk to nobody else. I think that's why I'm so good at like talking to nobody. When I do my streams and nobody's in there, I'm just like babbling off.
I'm used to it.
Talking to myself. Keeping myself company. Excuse me.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to head out and eat my sandwich, and I'll probably be getting up at 5 or 6 tomorrow, start delivering some breakfast to people. So
Fun.
Yep. Or if I feel like it, or if 7, I like making my own schedule. It's great.
Yeah, I want to do that eventually if my truck ever gets fixed.
So easy.
Yeah, especially if I could just do the drive-through ones where I don't have to like tramp through the store. But
who knows? You might have to pick up random stuff. I can't remember if I told you last week. I actually picked up a couple tires from a distributor to take to a tire place that sells tires. I'm like, okay. Luckily, it was only 2 and not 4. 4 might have fit. I don't know, but I was just like, why are they sending me to a tire place? But it was like a $12 or $13 pickup, so I'm like, yeah, I'll do that.
I could probably, as long as the tires weren't too heavy for me to pick up, I could go. Well, as long as I had my truck, because I got small. I called a truck, but it's technically an SUV. But I consider it a truck. It's a small SUV. It's not a big one.
So yeah, you can probably just do except wherever there's drive-throughs. Like they'll even have like I've done shopping at Dollar General and Walmart and Walgreens. So
right. And once I get my surgery done, I can do that.
Yeah, I had the funniest pickup last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Within the last week and a half, it was an order for Walgreens. It was like 10 bottles of Powerade and some condoms.
Hydrate. Make sure you hydrate. They were planning a night, a very long extensive.
This was a morning pickup.
I don't know. Apparently, they really needed their electrolytes to get ready for something really good.
It was funny when when I was checking out and stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is a DoorDash. We're like, what's going on here? Because he's seeing all the Powerade. And then the guys I know, I'm like, yeah, they got some stuff planned for the day. Oh.
Yeah, definitely. They needed to get some. Get their energy up and ready to go. Take care of that morning wood. And not lose any energy.
I guess not. That was a funny pickup. I was like, I'm DoorDash. It's not for me. Well, I had to use my red card. Like, if DoorDash gives you what they call the red card. So, like, when I do Dollar General shopping and stuff like that, that's how I pay. I use that card and stuff. So they know, then they scan or I have to scan the barcodes of items and stuff, make sure. Popping the popcorn, Katie, what's up?
Hello. You missed a fun show. Unless you've been here the whole time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you were here the whole time or if you missed it, but definitely catch the replay.
Don't knock it till you try it. Lou, listen, your mama. She gonna get us a little freaky.
Try the Powerade? Yes, let's try the Powerade.
You might need to learn some new things from your mom. God, I love your mom.
Okay, Katie said she was listening in the background. Okay, so yeah.
Your mom on the freakish side. Whatever works.
La 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 la. I think I'll leave the chat now if you want to chat.
Oh my god, that was great. That was the best thing ever. My mom would probably just say she knows what Powerade is, but she'd just probably like, why do you need Powerade?
Quick, I need 10 bottles of Powerade stat.
Chicken. What's chicken got to do with it? Why are you bringing the chicken into it? How freaky is this going to go?
Are you just typing words down? Rooster.
Well, you might bring the rooster and the chicken. They can have their fun. And I guess you watch. Maybe, I don't know. Apparently, my brain doesn't wrap around all the naughty stuff. Obviously, when we learned that with Rob.
Helicopter? What's that have to do?
That's not a helicopter. Oh my god. I'm curious now. What's chicken got to work with in this?
I don't know what chicken.
Yeah, I'm waiting for her to answer. Don't knock it till you try it. Whatever works in chicken. And we're talking about Powerade and condoms.
So I don't know what chicken has to do with it.
Are we going to energize the chicken with the Powerade? I've taken my nightly meds. That is
okay,
no
that explains it.
No. You cannot use that excuse. We need to know what the chicken has to do with it.
Finger licking good, apparently, maybe. Oh.
I about took a drink. I'm so glad I didn't. Oh my god. You came in popping the popcorn just at the right time. Get a little education about y'all have too much fun. We never have too much fun. We get to learn about chickens and Powerades and helicopters that are not actually helicopters. Throw some condoms in the mix. We have a titty
and titties.
song.
Can't forget titties.
Can't forget the titties.
Hey. David was like, "Oh, it's like no, it's an R-rated show. Don't worry, you're good. Say whatever you want."
Now we know where the horror freak got his name. Obviously, you got the freaky deaky from your mama.
Okay, can we end the show now?
I'm just teasing. Oh my god. I don't care if she's on meds or not. I love your mom. That's great.
Okay.
My son was making fun of me. It wasn't last night. I think it was the night before. We was talking about, I think it was cell phones or like a tablet or something like that being shipped. And I said something about them being bubble wrapped and they were making fun of me. Because I said that the stuff gets bubble wrapped. He's like, no, it's in styrofoam. So he was laughing at me. So I was like, I need this bubble wrap to keep it insulated from the cold outside. We was talking about stuff freezing or whatever, but yeah, I said it got bubble wrapped.
Snuggled up and nice and warm in that bubble.
Bubble?
That bubble. Bubble.
Is that a new liquid?
Oh, too bad David wasn't on when I said that. Some bubble wrap.
It's new.
What was it? Remember fried green tomatoes when she wraps herself in the bubble wrap? In the door, he's like, "What are you doing?"
Oh my god! And what orifice would this bottle come out of?
I don't know. Or else you don't want to know,
right? Oh, she says she loves me too. It's hilarious. Well, not that part, but her whole thing. She goes from putting wanting to put art in the corner. Basically, I forget exactly. She was telling him he was naughty or something, to being freaky after he leaves.
Oh.
Oh shoot! Yeah, if you're ready to eat your food, we can get going off of here.
Yeah, it's been a fun night.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Alrighty then. I'll see you next week and talk to you later. And I'll go ahead and post the replay. And thanks for everyone who joined and watched. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.